The Last of Us series is a masterclass in storytelling. It's one of the best examples of why video games are pure art, and music is a big part of how the game makes you feel the gut-wrenching story in your bones. Today, we're gonna be talking about the genius and brilliance of music in The Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2, how Gustavo made the songs work so well, and I will show you a few soundtracks that I made myself as if I were the original composer, in the style of Gustavo and the games. Your dad is still at work even though it's late, because he has to work odd hours to keep the lights on even on his birthday. You prepared a gift for him, a nice watch, hoping he'll like it. While watching the TV with your dad, you drift off and he puts you to bed. The peaceful night is interrupted by sudden explosions in the city and weird noises outside the house. Your first thought is to find your dad, but he's nowhere to be found. You walk down the stairs and he suddenly jumps back into the house reaching for the gun. Scared of what's going on, you see your neighbor, or at least something that looks like him. You don't have enough time to pack your bags, so you just hop in the car of your dad's brother, Tommy, and try to leave the city, but the military has other plans.
Don't do this to me, baby. Don't do this to me, baby. Come on. No. No. No, no, please. Please don't do it. Please.
Fast forward, and it's 20 years later. The old wound of losing your daughter still haunts you, but you manage. You work as a smuggler in one of the very few remaining cities free of infection. You meet up with your partner, Tess, and decide to check up on a guy who owes you some guns. He tries running, but no one can outrun you. It turns out that he had already sold the guns to the Fireflies, one of the factions scattered across the United States. And just when you were trying to figure out where and how to find a member, someone shows up. And not just anyone. The Fireflies leader, Marlene. She agrees to return the guns to you, but in exchange you will have to do one job for her. Smuggle something. Doesn't sound complicated, but that job will become not only the most important moment of your life, but also the most important moment for the world. You hike to a safe place to see the product, but you weren't ready for what you were about to see. A teenager. The product you were supposed to smuggle is a teenager named Ellie. But you don't think it's a great idea. Not only is it hard to take care of a teen in a post-apocalyptic world, but also it brings up a lot of memories. Too many memories. So neither of you is excited about it.
I want Joel to watch over her.
Whoa, I don't think that's the
I'm not
best
Ellie.
idea.
him.
But a job is a job and you take it, and decide to wait for the darkness to fall so that you can sneak out of the military zone. But that doesn't go as planned, and you get caught. After fighting the soldiers and running for your life, it's time to address the elephant in the room. Ellie, she's infected. She was bitten 3 weeks ago, but she should have turned by now. Yet, she still is human. You agree to take her further to the meetup point, only to find out that the Firefly squad was killed. You have no clue what to do next, but then your day only gets worse. Tess is infected. She convinces you to take the girl to your brother because he must know where the remaining lab is so that you can take Ellie there. It's a bittersweet moment, but you agree and venture away with Ellie. As the time goes by and you travel across the country together, you grow in each other. If you put two people together for a long period of time, they're very likely to bond. It's a universal truth, but that truth will backfire greatly. And not just once. When you get to your brother, the wound of losing your daughter pains you more and more as you grow closer to Ellie. You're afraid to lose someone close again, so you ask Tommy to take her off your hands and take her to the lab. Ellie is smart though. She finds out about this and runs away because she has grown fond of you. And that moment seals your fate. Because you decide to carry on with Ellie yourself. You go across the country and find the lab, and Ellie becomes your outspoken daughter. But as I said, your bond will backfire more than once. You find out that in order to make a cure, the doctors would have to kill Ellie. You can't let that happen. You can't lose your second daughter, albeit not blood-related. But family means more than blood. So you storm the operating room, take Ellie, and shoot your way out. You saved her, but you might have just ruined the only hope the world had. As years go by, Ellie grows older and your little family, along with Tommy, lives in Jackson. Eventually, Ellie finds out about your massacre and it's tough on her. She doesn't know how to forgive you, though she says she wants to try her best. In a way, you stole her life's purpose without talking to her first. But life goes on as normal, or at least as normal as it gets in a post-apocalyptic world. But one day during a blizzard, you run into a girl who really needs help to survive a zombie attack, and you help her. because that's the right thing to do. But soon you will find out that she's the wrong person to save. You see, your killing spree in the hospital had set a chain reaction, and now the daughter of the doctor you killed is coming after you. The girl you've just saved is exactly her, and you've stepped right into the trap. Joel was your father figure, although you've never admitted it, and having seen his gruesome death with your very own eyes has scarred you. The world has lost all meaning to you, and the only thing that can make this right is revenge. You take your girlfriend Dina and pack up for a journey to Seattle to find the ones responsible. It's a long shot, but what the hell else are you supposed to do? But Tommy doesn't wait aside. He leaves a while earlier to do the very same thing, avenge his brother. Once you get to Seattle and start finding the ones responsible, well, let's just say Tommy seems to be getting to them first. Little by little, clue by clue, you find most of them. But Seattle is a dangerous place. It's a big city filled with infected, and during one of your trips you have to make a run for your life, only to have your gas mask broken. It's not an issue, right? You're immune. Yes, you are. But Dina doesn't know about it. The only people who know about it are Tommy and his wife. So after getting to a safe place, you and your girlfriend really need to talk about it. And that's when she drops a bomb on you. She's pregnant. That completely changes everything. You can't risk her and her baby's life in this dangerous city, so you decide to turn back. You find Tommy and do just that, while also killing everyone you find who was responsible for the death of Joel. But that's just your side of the story. Think about Abby, the girl who killed Joel. She didn't do it because she was just a brutal jerk. She was after Joel to avenge her father because the lead Dr. Joel killed was her dad, and for her, she's in the right. That's why as soon as she finds out who's killing her friends, she ambushes you at the local cinema, kills one of your friends and wounds Tommy, though luckily, he survives. After you come back home, you start trying to live a normal life on the farm, but your PTSD won't let you forget the horrors you witnessed. You can't go on like that. You have to finish what you've started. You need to find Abby and kill her. But Dina doesn't support your blind rage. She doesn't want to worry whether or not you will survive another trip, considering how dangerous Abby is. On top of that, Abby has left Seattle to find the remaining Fireflies and is rumored to be heading to Santa Monica. That's on the opposite side of the country. Dina even threatens to break up with you if you go through with your plan, but you have to do it. Eventually, you do find Abby, albeit she's weak and is on the brink of death. You save her, though, just to have your sweet revenge, but something clicks inside of you. Instead of killing her right there and then, you let her go. You realize that hate only breeds hate and that you've already lost too much, your whole life. And killing Abby won't solve anything, and if anything, it will only make it worse. Man, what a story. I've played both games multiple times, and while I understand why some people kinda hate the second game, I can also see the brilliant writing and the key idea behind the story of the second game. But what about the music? Let's take a closer look at what Gustavo and his colleagues made for this truly unique story. The first game had 30 soundtracks, all composed by Gustavo, while the second game had over 20 songs, but there were other composers who participated in the process. Sean James, for example. The music in video games is supposed to complement the gameplay, amplifying the emotions of the story and making you feel like you belong in the world you're seeing on a screen. But how's it done? In this video game series, the music is built around either unease or heartbreak motives. It ranges from purely percussive songs to guitar and even orchestral scores. Let's start with the first one, the orchestral percussion. If you listen to the OST, you will hear that there are songs that are nothing but drums. Here's an example I made, since I can't play the original music due to copyright reasons. It sounds like a war theme and suggests that the imminent danger is around the corner. It's nothing too complicated though, but that's the point. Most of the songs in this game series are relatively simple. They have just enough instruments to make you feel emotions, but not too many to distract you from the game itself. It's usually done by repeating the same motives. Even if the instruments playing those motives change, the melody usually stays the same, making it feel less repetitive, yet it doesn't distract you from the story by constantly changing the melodies and chords, keeping the key emotion intact. Let me give you an example. Here is a song I made that was inspired by The Last of Us series. Take a listen. you see what I'm talking about? It's the same thing being played over and over again, but it evolves by introducing and taking away instruments one at a time. It gives you a feeling of wondering how far civilization has fallen, just like in the game. But there is another type of music in the game, the ambient one. It's very interesting to listen to it because that music is built on resonance, uncomfortable sounds, and eerie sound design choices. If you listen to some of the songs on their own, they could probably make you physically uncomfortable because of the resonance that cuts your ear, and we usually tend to cut or minimize those frequencies in general music. But that's the point. Take a listen. Once again, it is pretty simple, but it gets the job done and highlights the end of the world you see on the screen. It makes you feel uneasy, prepare for yet another clicker just around the corner while trying to figure out if you have enough ammo. And this is the brilliance of The Last of Us music. It's simple, deliberate, and made with utmost precision to make you feel a very specific emotion at a very specific gameplay moment. It walks you through the game, from start to finish like a guide, and when the job's done right, you barely notice the music because it becomes a part of the story, making you tear up when Joel dies and smile when Ellie plays a song that Joel taught her when she was little. That's magic. Anyway, I hope you learned something from this video or at least found it entertaining. You can watch the previous episode of this series and don't forget to like and subscribe. My name is Mike Hall. Stay awesome and keep making this world a better place.